came from the skies, and it left us rolling our eyes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rickcast Reviews. I'm Rick. These are my reviews. 3 positive, 3 negatives. Try to get you in and out the door pretty quick. So today's movie that we are reviewing is 2025's War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube, directed by Rich Lee, and produced by MGM Studios. Dropped on streaming in a hope that nobody will take it seriously. And good news is nobody is. So let me give you the plot of this once and future rehash. A grounded sci-fi film in the vein of District 9 that touches on themes of privacy versus surveillance. So this is a COVID movie that was made during COVID, to be dropped during COVID. And it is just everybody staring at screens. That's it. The person who should get the most credit is whoever the visual effects guy was that was making it look like you were actually typing on a screen and opening up various windows and doing all these other kinds of things. So Ice Cube is an analyst, I guess, whatever, at the Department of Homeland Security, and he looks very gruff with his beard and looks like he hasn't left there in a while. And it is the War of the Worlds from found footage type of viewing. So this movie is bad. This movie is barely watchable in the background while you're cleaning your bathroom. But anyway, let's give it 3 positive and 3 negative, and I will give you my final verdict, which I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to figure out now. So, positives. Ice Cube's Ice Cube. If you're an Ice Cube fan, you're going to like this film because he gets all his catchphrases in, and he does what he is paid to do. And credit to Ice Cube. He probably worked for 2 days, maybe, and got a check for it. So I'm going to give that as a positive. That's capitalism at its best. Certainly not for this film. The idea that he's the recluse and he's away from his family and that he, prioritizes his family and yada, yada, yada. The classic tropes. Written better in much better films, but they're here. And the idea of him turning from the example of the authority to distrust of the authority, I guess it's fine. Listen, I'm struggling for positives here, so that's going to go in the positive column. The idea that there is something to the visuals, right? The effects of it, the crumbling neighborhoods and the found footage stuff. It looks pretty good, considering what they were probably working with and the budget constraints. Who knows what the budget was on this thing? But working through the screens, the teams, it's engaging enough, especially in a post-COVID world, running 17 different windows at once and trying to be in 5 different meetings and all these other kinds of things. That person, whoever ran that program to put, the screen to work, that guy deserves much more credit than they'll ever get. Maybe it was a woman, probably not. And the pro-family message, let's give credit where it's due. When the chips are down, Ice Cube cares about his family, his daughter, who is the most brilliant woman in the world, but we'll get that to in a moment. His family is what matters, and he does what he can to protect his family, and good for that. Good pro-family. Also, I'll throw this in there with that strong father figure, right? We have to call it out when it's due, and to see a strong male figure leading his family. Yeah, he gets called out on some stuff, but you're going to have to give that. That's going to have to happen. But in the end, he's the one who's leading the charge. He's the one who's doing the things to make sure his family's right, so we'll give him that. Those are your 3 positives. Let's go to 3 negatives. I mean, there's heavy-handed social justice themes, and then there's just getting slapped around like Ric Flair style. You're in the corner turnbuckle, whoosh, like you're getting chops, just chop after chop. Yeah, first of all, the daughter is a STEM girl who is the smartest woman in the world, who is both pregnant and still going to college and has a virus that can kill the aliens, while her stupid white Amazon delivery driver boyfriend, by the way, this is an Amazon movie, so nice nod to Amazon with the product placement. He's literally an idiot until he has to do some things. The son, which, by the way, spoilers, I don't think you care. There's this hacker that Ice Cube is chasing in the entire movie. Yeah, it's the son, and you can figure it out about 15 seconds into the movie. The son and the daughter are smarter than Ice Cube. They are the smartest people in the world. They're smarter than the federal government. They're smarter than anybody else, and they single-handedly defeat the aliens. Good for them. So it's really hard to stay within the escapism of a sci-fi movie when it's just you're just getting chopped. Like I said, Ric Flair chops just in the corner constantly with these with this social justice messaging, right? Eva Mendes, not Eva Mendes. Who is it? Hold on. Yeah, she was so rememberable. Is it Eva Mendes? No, Eva Longoria. Sorry, Eva Longoria. She's at NASA because NASA's obviously the good guys and not an agency of control, and they're trying to figure stuff out. And the only white people in the movie, spoiler alert, are bad. Just I have to mention it because the film makes it something to be there. The film makes it a point to tell you that the white people are bad guys. I have to point that out. If you watch this film, and only if you have to serve community service, would you be watching this film? You would probably agree with me. Let me know in the comment section down below. The second one, the government is cartoon villains. Now listen, I'm as, I don't want to say anti-government, but as pro-freedom as the next guy. But the cartoonish way that the government does these things, and that they all are encompassed by, what's his face, Clark Gregg. You would have known him as from Marvel, and Clark Gregg is the bad guy, and he's fooled everybody else, and he's just the smartest guy, and all these other kinds of things, and he just wants to watch everybody do every single thing at every single time. Now listen, I have issues with the federal government's monitoring system, but this is just a childish and really poorly written way to do so. You could do this in a much smarter way, and this film says smarter way. Nah, we're just gonna right to the front. So there's the cartoonish villain, and every military figure and every senior, they're all just dummies, which they can be, but if you're gonna set them up to be an antagonist, you got to make them smarter, regardless of how you feel about them in real life. That's just good storytelling. And then, 3, the pacing in this thing just absolutely disintegrates in the third act. Let me just point out that Microsoft Teams still works in an alien invasion. Microsoft Teams doesn't work normally. People are uploading videos, and drones are flying, and YouTube's working, and Amazon's still delivering stuff, and Tesla's drive. Okay, do the aliens have an impact on this or not? What are the rules here? There are no rules. It's just that the aliens want our data. Well, because they feed on it, by the way. That's the big thing this time, is they want our data, and they feast on data. Yep, that's right. Just take that all in. So you have that as well. And the rush to finish it just, the chicken clock with the bombing, and they got to get this thumb drive, and Ice Cube doesn't have a thumb drive in DHS because they don't allow thumb drives in there, which is the most ridiculous thing in the world. If you've ever been in a government building, they have every kind of thumb drive in the world, or he's got a self. No, I don't want to get off that. But it's, as you can tell with me just rehashing it, it is really poorly paced in the third act. They're like, can we just end this thing? And we got to send them home happy. So action scene. And it's really bad. So what's my final verdict? War of the Worlds is supposed to be a part action thriller, part lecture series, mostly lecture series, designed with moving pictures. Ice Cube does what Ice Cube does, and if you like his style, then you're gonna enjoy at least his parts of it. And there is the pro-family message that I have to give them credit for, but the ideological clutter, it is action-packed with issues and messaging, and the cartoon level of the villain is just laughable in the background. There's a vision here. I always try to say, hey, there's a good movie in here somewhere. And there is a good movie, but there's not a lot of it. So, what is it good, bad, or indifferent? I'm indifferent about it. I will forget about it as soon as I'm done with this review. And if you are looking for something to put on while you're cleaning out your garage, or your kid, you want to punish your kids or something like that, then I would recommend War of the Worlds 2025 with Ice Cube. If not, try to stay as far away from this movie as possible. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with me here on Rickcast Reviews. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more of my amazing reviews. I will talk to you all next time. You stay classy, Internet.